in the early 20th century and before, farmers were a crucial part of society, for they provided most of the natural resources for the people. Today, most of the population buys food from big market stores like Walmart, and although Walmart works with more than 1 million small and medium-sized farms, the general population doesn't get to see the amount of labor it takes to get a little seed to a fresh, edible vegetable. You would not believe how many farms are in the United States, let alone the tri-state area. Places like New York and Long Island are seen as very urban, and as many as 20% of Long Islanders commute to New York City jobs. But the eastern end of the island is still partly agricultural. All around Suffolk County, farmers work long and hard hours to provide fresh, and sometimes organic, produce to a world that has forgotten their role in society. I had the opportunity to speak to two farmers, Valerie of Gerasi Farms and Anthony of Natural Earth Organic Farms. Valerie is the daughter of John and has followed her father's footsteps and now farms for a living. Her contributions to the farm have been extraordinary, her biggest being adding beehives to the farm, which, surprisingly, have survived the winter. Gerasi Farms is an organic farm located in Jamesport. Farming for Valerie is a simple yet tedious project.
We start with the planting of the seeds, and then you gotta cultivate them, get all the weeds out, and then when it's time, you harvest them, and then we sell them.
Their produce gets shipped all around the United States, but some of it does stay local.
I guess August, September is the most. We have everything then. Everything's come in, and we grow everything pretty much, like tomatoes, beans, corn, potatoes, all the stuff, peppers and stuff. We ship some out and they go all over the U.S. Just beans we ship out really, and then we sell the rest at the farm stands.
Anthony works on Natural Earth Farms, a certified organic farm in Calverton. This family-run farm has been producing a wide variety of fruits and vegetables since 2008.
Basically start seeding everything that we transplant into the field is seeded by hand by us in this greenhouse and then transplanted by hand out to the field. That's pretty much how that goes. I mean, there's a ton of jobs to do, from weeding to irrigating and harvesting and cleaning and packing, and then there's the other side of it with marketing and financial bookkeeping, and that's a business. It has a lot of different steps. But the farming aspect of it is what you see here. This is our first day seeding onions, which we'll be harvesting in middle of July, end of July, and it just keeps going from there.
Both farmers are optimistic about the future for farmers and do not think their customers take their work for granted.
I notice a lot of people like that do farming and gardening and all that stuff, and then so just lately I feel like everybody's been doing it and realize how hard the work is for the farmers to do. I feel like there's going to be less and less unless the younger people start doing what their parents have done. A lot of the land's turning into grapes, I feel.
When we go to a farmer's market and when we sell the vegetables to the people and we see how happy they are and appreciative of the fresh produce they're getting, they appreciate it when they see it at the market.
Farmers are slaves to the weather. Long Island weather is typically moderate, with warmer winters and cooler summers due to the oceanic climate. 2015 was the warmest year on record, NOAA and NASA say, so this winter was not a problem for Valerie and Anthony.
It's pretty good. I mean, you get rainy times, which is not as good. It's better to have it dry, so if it's dry some, you can irrigate. A good hard frost is good too to get everything started again.
Actually, it seems like it's cooler in the spring, and it's kind of like extending into December. I mean, last year we've had crops into December, which I wish I would have known. I would have planted a lot more. But Long Island in general has a pretty temperate climate for growing vegetables and grapes. So, I think the climate on Long Island is optimal for growing produce. I mean, I personally came here and during the hurricane, and the winds were up high where all of our stuff was low to the ground. We thought we were going to lose a lot. I mean, we had a lot of broccoli and a lot of cole crops planted at that time that we were getting ready to harvest, and we were worried about it, but thank God it didn't do much.
Both farms fit the criteria to have woofers volunteer on their farm, but neither of them use woof. WOOF stands for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms and has existed since 1971, but got its big break with the creation of the internet. Visitors, or woofers, spend about half a day helping on a host farm, learn about the organic movement and sustainable agriculture, and receive room and board during their visit, with no money exchanged between hosts and woofers.
I feel it's a one-person job. We have just like 2 other people that work on the farm, but I think Garden of Eve, they do that.
Anthony says he would look into woofing.
It's always challenging to get labor and keep labor because it's a seasonal job, you know? Like we hire pretty much from like middle of May till October, you know, and then it starts to tail off a little bit, you know. So it's, how many months is that? Like 5 months? It's hard to keep it, you know, keep people, because then as soon as the growing season's over, they go get another job. But that's something I'm gonna look into.
For more information on woofing, go to www.woofusa.org. Both farmers agree that their favorite part about farming is being able to soak up the sun and not be stuck in a cubicle.
Because I get to be outside. I like can't just sit still, I guess.
She drives a tractor.
Yeah.
She gets to drive tractors.
Yeah, I get to drive tractors, just be outside. The weather's usually nice, you know. I like the heat, so it's good.
No, because I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy my job.
According to a report by data search engine Find the Best, Nassau and Suffolk counties are the most expensive places to live in America. The 2 Long Island counties beat out metro areas in San Francisco, New York City, and Washington, D.C. in a cost of living index developed from data at the Economic Policy Institute. Meaning, it would be nearly impossible for farmers to buy and own that property. So, most farmers, like Valerie and Anthony, actually rent the land that they work on. And they both get it for pretty good deals.
We rent it, and he's pretty good. I guess it's a good deal.
She raises her crops.
Yeah.
We were fortunate enough to find some people that were able to lease land to us. That's how we started our business. Our business is as good as our landlord is. For somebody to come in and start this business, you got to have a real large amount of money and patience.
While it might be easier to go to your local supermarket and buy your fruits and vegetables from there comes a different feeling, a wholeness, from getting produce from a farm just miles away from your house. The connection to our earth is something you won't find anywhere else.